Mira had survived 3 solar cycles on Cathera 7 by following one simple rule: never sleep in the open. But exhaustion was a predator more patient than anything with claws, and tonight it had finally caught her. She'd stumbled into the cave system just after the 3rd moon rose, her exosuit's power cells drained to critical levels, her body screaming for rest. The scanner showed no life signs within 50 meters. Clean. Safe. Or so the faulty human technology had promised. She collapsed onto the soft, moss-like ground cover, not bothering to remove her pack. Sleep claimed her in seconds. The warmth woke her first. Mira's eyes snapped open to darkness, but not the crushing dark of the cave. This was different. A living darkness that breathed, that purred in frequencies that vibrated through her chest cavity. She tried to move and discovered the horrifying truth. She couldn't. Every inch of her body was covered. Something massive pressed against her chest. Something else sprawled across her legs. Her left arm had gone completely numb under what felt like a furnace made of muscle and fur. Hot breath, multiple sources of hot breath, washed over her face in rhythmic waves. Don't panic, she told herself, even as her heart hammered against her ribs. Panic gets you killed. She activated her neural implant's night vision, and the world resolved into shades of green and gray. What she saw made her breath catch in her throat. Creatures, dozens of them, piled on top of her like she was the universe's most comfortable heating pad. The one on her chest was the largest, easily the size of an earth tiger, though its 6 legs and crystalline spines along its back marked it as distinctly alien. Its head rested between her breasts, massive jaw slack, revealing rows of teeth that could shred combat armor like tissue paper. 3 eyes, currently closed, dominated its angular face. Threx, her translator implant supplied unhelpfully, identifying the species. Apex predator. Pack hunter. Intelligent, extremely territorial. Offspring development, 6 to 9 months offspring. Mira's scientific mind kicked in despite her terror. These weren't adults. The proportions were wrong. Oversized paws, slightly awkward limb ratios, that distinctive juvenile scruffiness to their fur. These were babies. Well, babies that collectively weighed more than 2 full-grown humans. She counted 12 visible bodies, all breathing in synchronized contentment. Some had wrapped their tails around her limbs. One particularly small one, probably the runt, had wedged itself under her chin, using her throat as a pillow. How? Her mind raced. How did they get here without waking me? Where are the parents? The answer to the second question terrified her more than the first. Adult Threx would be massive, easily 10 times this size. If Mama and Papa came back to find a strange alien in their nursery, she had to move. Had to get out. Now. Mira tested her right hand, the only limb with any possibility of freedom. She flexed her fingers slowly, carefully. The creature pinning her wrist, a juvenile with distinctive amber markings, huffed in its sleep but didn't wake. Slowly, incrementally, she pulled her hand free. Sweat beaded on her forehead despite the cave's cool temperature. The big one on her chest, the largest of the pack, shifted slightly and Mira froze, barely breathing. Its 3 eyes remained closed. After an eternity, it settled again. Okay, she thought. Phase 1 complete. Only 11 more to go. She reached for her belt, fingers finding the small canister of repellent every colonist carried. Chemical warfare, crude but effective against most predators. She'd spray them, they'd scatter, and she'd run. Simple. Her fingers closed around the canister, lifted it slowly toward the nearest creature's face. The big one's center eye opened. Mira's heart stopped. The eye was massive, easily the size of her fist, with a vertical pupil that contracted as it focused on her face. Intelligence looked back at her. Not animal cunning, but genuine awareness. Recognition. The creature, Threx, she named it automatically, identifying it as the pack's alpha juvenile, made a sound. Not a growl, a chirp, a questioning, almost worried chirp. The other eyes opened, all 3 fixed on her face. Easy, Mira whispered, knowing the translator would render her words into chemical signals the creature could understand. I'm not going to hurt you, just let me up, please. Threx tilted its massive head, considering. Then it did something that made Mira's scientific brain short-circuit with wonder and terror in equal measure. It licked her face. The tongue was rough as sandpaper, warm as a solar flare, and covered approximately half her head in one stroke. Before Mira could process this, the others woke. A cascade of opening eyes and excited chirps. They pressed closer, a wave of fur and muscle and teeth that should have torn her apart, but instead nuzzled her. 12 juvenile apex predators, each capable of killing a grown human in seconds, were cuddling her like she was their long-lost mother. "Oh no," Mira whispered as realization dawned. "Oh no, they'd imprinted on her. Or claimed her. Or adopted her." The xenobiology textbooks hadn't been entirely clear on Threk's social dynamics. But the practical result was the same. She was part of the pack now. Threk's, the big one, made a deeper sound, almost a purr, and rested its head back on her chest. The others settled in again, apparently satisfied that their human was awake and accounted for. Mira lay there, pinned under 200 pounds of teeth and claws and unconditional affection, and started to laugh, quiet at first, then harder until tears ran down her face. Of all the ways she'd imagined dying on Cathara 7, starvation, equipment failure, actual adult predators being smothered by baby aliens who thought she was their mother, hadn't made the list. The cave entrance darkened. Mira's laughter died in her throat as a shadow filled the opening, massive, ancient, with eyes that glowed like dying stars. Mama Threx had come home. The juvenile pack erupted into excited chirps, but none of them moved from their positions on Mira. Her Threx lifted his head and made a series of complex vocalizations toward the adult. The mother Threx stared at Mira for what felt like geological epochs. Then, incredibly, she huffed, a sound that might have been amusement or resignation, and settled down at the cave entrance, guarding them. Guarding her. Mira closed her eyes and wondered how she'd explain this in her mission report. Status update, Mission Day 94, have been adopted by apex predators. Send help or treats. They like treats.